Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Big Dave with Wrestling Montage Media. Hope you're doing well. We finna go ahead and get into this video for WrestleMania. Just reacting to the recent events that's been happening in wrestling. Let's go.
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Red Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including CM Punk unhappy with WWE, WWE releases a wrestler, the truth behind Roman Reigns' injury, IShowSpeed wrestling at WrestleMania 41, The Rock is furious with the WWE league, another Royal Rumble spot that was botched, Hulk Hogan says he was booed because of this, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL.
WrestleMania is awesome. Subscribe. Man, we already have 2 million subscribers, so I'm sure you are.
Now, as always, we won't recap the show, but just provide you with the good, the bad, and the downright ugly.
Yeah, they're doing a quick Raw recap. Me and my friends on the podcast will be doing that this weekend when we wrap up the week of the events that's happened on Raw, SmackDown, and AEW.
As always, we start off with the good as number one, Jey Uso's promo. Now, the backlash to Jey Uso winning the 2025 Royal Rumble is certainly confined to the online space, as yet again, Jey remains the most overact on the Raw brand. His reaction was thunderous last night, and Jey would even turn up the emotion to deliver a heartfelt promo.
Yeah, he really let his emotions out. You can see his eyes are watering. It was definitely a touching moment. And he was just really speaking from the heart of everything he'd been through, because people were just saying he didn't deserve it. It's crazy. The man been wrestling for 15 years, and he'd been grinding. He done everything that was asked of him, whether he wanted to do it or not. So more power to him, man. Congratulations to Jey Uso.
Highlighted his quest to become world champion at WrestleMania 41. What's even cool is that Michael Cole told on the Pat McAfee show last night is that Rikishi wasn't told that Jey Uso was going to win.
Yeah, that had to be a surprise. I actually seen that video on Instagram of Rikishi. He was with Mark Henry, and they were up in his suite, I think, watching the event. And yeah, his reaction was genuine. It was just great for him to see his boy finally do it.
He was genuinely surprised,
because it was times where Rikishi was watching and he didn't realize that that Jey was losing, because he was losing a lot. Up to this point, we all know Jey was losing a lot. So yeah, he was pleasantly surprised, I'm sure.
He came out in tears and hugged Michael Cole. But Jey would be interrupted by Gunther, and it does look like Jey versus Gunther is the plan for WrestleMania 41.
Yeah, I don't know. Just the matchup. Well, now that I think about it, I kind of look at this as like Cena versus JBL back in the day at WrestleMania 21.
In Gunther's promo, he would smartly state that he wanted John Cena, Roman Reigns, or CM Punk to win the Rumble, and this was clearly a jab at the IWC.
Gunther.
Number 2, Sami Zayn versus CM Punk.
It was a good match.
Main evented by Sami Zayn versus Punk, and it was, as expected, a fantastic television event. It was wonderful to see Punk wrestle on TV, and hopefully he wrestles more matches during the WrestleMania season. Punk would win the match and now advances to the Elimination Chamber along with John Cena. But it was a post-match angle that had the fans talking, as Kevin Owens would ambush his so-called friend and even took out Zayn with a devastating piledriver.
Yeah.
Even after...
Yeah, when that happened, we kind of expected it. Looks like they're going to have their one-on-one WrestleMania match. So it's really what everybody have kind of wanted for a while, because they've done it everywhere else. They main evented WrestleMania together as a tag team back in '39, and now they want to have a one-on-one at Mania as well. It makes sense.
After Raw was off the air, WWE officials as well as Punk would attend to Sami Zayn and even stretcher him out of the arena. It now appears that WWE are building towards an Owens versus Zayn showdown, potentially at WrestleMania. But that was a good. What about the bad? Is number 1, glitch galore. For the most part, Raw on Netflix has been running without any hiccups. However, last night there were numerous glitches throughout the show. It wasn't made clear why this was happening, but hopefully this doesn't become a trend, as this greatly impacted the viewing experience.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
At one point the glitches were so bad we thought the Wyatt 6 was coming back. Number 2, Charlotte gets booed.
Deservingly so.
Whilst the internet reaction to Jey Uso's win hasn't carried over to the Raw Live crowd, the same could not be said for Charlotte Flair, as she was heavily booed during a promo. This is even after Flair would deliver a babyface style promo, but the fans were not having any of it.
Yeah, she tried her hardest to really try to get on the fan side, and you can tell when they're trying really play it up with the crowd and the fans, but they just wasn't having it, and it's understandable. I mean, Charlotte just comes back and wins. She did that before she faced Rhea at 39. She just came back and won the title just on SmackDown. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Flair would then have an interaction with Rhea Ripley, teasing another showdown between the two for WrestleMania. However, this didn't exactly improve the fan response. If Flair versus Tiffany Stratton is indeed the plan for WrestleMania, then they may have to pivot and deliver a double turn, as there's no way that fans are going to cheer for Flair over Tiffany Stratton.
I don't think it matters. The babyface and heel dynamic, I don't think in that match matters. They're similar, her, Charlotte, and Tiffany in a lot of ways, and it's just the dynamics of it would work, whether who's face or heel or not, because Tiffany has some heel tendencies herself, but the fans actually like her. You can't say the same about Charlotte, but I think that people don't like her, but they definitely respect her. I got a lot of respect for Charlotte. It's just how they use her and how they book her, and they just overhype the hell out of her. It's just ridiculous, but yeah.
And the sooner WWE realizes this, the better. And WrestleMania in flux. Now we are officially on the road to WrestleMania, and we're still no closer to finding out what certain names will be doing on the grand stage in April. Seth Rollins cut a promo on Raw where he basically further disputed Roman Reigns, but then he also had a brief...
Seth Rollins' outfits, man, are just over the top. Why? For what, bro? Like, I understand the character. I never understood his character. Is it a character? It was just him playing dress up. I don't know. Is it just Colby, not Seth, Colby Lopez, just playing dress up?
Brawl with CM Punk. A triple threat showdown would actually make sense, however the match may suffer a lack of stakes. WWE have stated that Roman Reigns is injured due to Rollins' brutal double stomp at the Royal Rumble, so whatever the plans for WrestleMania are, it looks like Reigns and Rollins are set to collide in...
Nah. Well, the build-up at Mania, the build-up during the Royal Rumble was pretty. Yeah, he took him out. He gave him the stomp on several times on the steps, and definitely like an angle where he took him out. So they have to pay that off somehow.
Some capacity. But elsewhere, WWE are making Io Sky's WrestleMania journey complex, as she lost to Liv Morgan via DQ, meaning that she won't be competing at Elimination Chamber. WWE may deliver a last chance matchup, and Sky and Ripley are still heavily linked on TV, so fans are hoping that Sky vs Ripley is still the direction WWE takes for WrestleMania. There's also the X factor of Drew McIntyre.
That's my guy.
McIntyre wasn't present on Raw, and he wasn't reportedly backstage. McIntyre versus Damian Priest is reportedly the plan for Mania. However, it's been reported that McIntyre is less than thrilled with this crazy plan. McIntyre was firmly embedded in his quest to banish the bloodline, and him suddenly going after Damian Priest is a drastic pivot, despite...
Yes, that's I heard that point from JD from New York earlier. Just how, he was targeting each member of the bloodline, which, made sense with where he was going, and just the story was very intriguing, how he was going to take each one of them out. But then, all of a sudden, hey, I had this interaction with Priest, and in the Rumble, oh, you eliminated me, I'm coming after you at Mania. No, that just kind of that just threw off a lot of what they've been doing the last 6 months after he was done with Punk. It's like, now you want to, okay, that made sense, go after the members of the bloodline. That's really the best part of Drew's character, is just how determined and focused he is to get revenge, and it makes his character more interesting. But then just how now he has to face Priest all of a sudden. We saw that last year. I mean, it just didn't flow together it didn't flow together well, excuse me.
Priest eliminating the former champion from the Royal Rumble match. Now, there was nothing downright ugly, but it's a common consensus from the fans on social media that this Raw was the weakest since WWE launched on Netflix, and it's hard to disagree. Outside of Jey Uso's strong promo and a stellar main event, the show was just formulaic and lacked the focus and drive that the WrestleMania season really needs. What do you guys think of the Red Brand?
Well, WrestleMania season is really just beginning. Things ain't gonna start picking up until, March. Middle, we in February, around this time last year, I would say the middle of February. That's when they had the press conference with Rock, Roman, and Cody, and Seth, and there was the slap. It's been a year already, so give it some more time. Things are gonna start picking up around when Mania season really starts to come together.
Last night, let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now first story looks at CM Punk unhappy with WWE creative.
CM Punk he ain't got no business being upset with anything. This is his second chance. He better just roll with the punches, because after this, he don't have nowhere to go. He can't go back to AEW. He sure as hell ain't going to TNA. But let's see where the video is going to go.
Our top story today takes a look at a new interview from CM Punk, who's spoken about how...
Oh, an interview. Okay, I didn't watch the interview. I'm normally on my interviews. I can eat every piece of information a reference when it comes to these wrestlers, so I know what I'm talking about. But let's see what happens.
We disagreed with WWE's choice to have Jey Uso win the 2025 Rumble. Punk was interviewed by ESPN yesterday, and Punk claims that John Cena should have won the annual matchup.
Okay, I did listen to that one.
Rumble didn't go the way I would have booked it, so to speak. I would have had me and Cena as the last two guys, and I would have had Cena throw my ass over the top rope. At this stage, losing is so much more valuable than winning. I'm almost afraid of me winning everything I ever dreamed of, because what do I do then? Oh, it's interesting that Punk is speaking openly about this, as it was the exact final two that a lot of fans really expected. With that being said, both Punk and Cena are set to feature in the Elimination Chamber, and it's entirely possible that they are the final two men in the matchup.
Yeah, and Punk was saying himself that he actually wants a program with Cena, just a match in general. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool little call back to the summer of Punk back in 2011, which I still go back and watch some of that stuff. Punk's promos was just on point. He was just really at his peak.
Next up, the truth behind Roman Reigns' injury. Now with WWE,
I didn't hear about his injury.
Claiming that Roman Reigns is injured on Raw, this is firmly expected to be
right. It's just a storyline.
A kayfabe injury designed to sell the double stomp from Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble. Reigns isn't expected on TV for the month of February, according to advertisements, and he isn't advertised for the Elimination Chamber on March 1st. The injury angle was likely implemented into the show to explain why Reigns isn't coming for revenge on Rollins, and it also furthers the issue between the two heading
like Undertaker Jr.
into WrestleMania. Is this a good call though at this moment? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Jey Uso claps back at haters. Now the internet continues to question Jey Uso winning the 2025 Rumble, and
I think he's going to reference the Busted Open interview.
Jey has finally had the opportunity to clap back and address his critics. Speaking on the Pat McAfee show, this is what Main Event Jey had to saying that's their moves. Like, that's them, that's your opinion. You don't strap my boots every week. You're not on the road like I am every week. All the bumps, all that sidestepping that nobody sees, all those flights and rental cars. We ain't traveling with security guards around me. I'm in the trenches like everybody else. I don't pay no mind to that, Oos. I don't need none of that. Focus right here. Oos tunnel vision. There's a lot of haters around Oos. They talk it because they can't walk it. Now, as you mentioned during the Raw recap, the reaction in the actual arenas is completely different to that online, so Jey has very little to worry about. Next up, a WWE name receives backstage praise. Kevin Owens once again had a career-defining performance at the Royal Rumble, as Owens' ladder match against Cody Rhodes was hard-hitting, and Owens went the extra mile with the bumps to make the match more memorable, even suffering a pretty bad black eye. In the fallout of the match, PW Insider is reporting that the former Universal Champion has received a backstage praise for the match, and he was heavily involved in piecing the match together. Kevin Owens was receiving a lot of praise behind the scenes coming out of WWE Royal Rumble event, not for just the insane bumps he took during the ladder match with Cody Rhodes, but also for his part in putting the match together. We're told that Cody Rhodes and others involved in the planning were all praising Owens when giving compliments on the match, saying Owens deserved the credit.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me, yeah.
Now, hopefully Owens is rewarded with a significant program for WrestleMania 41, which looks to be a match against Sami Zayn.
Yeah, shout out to Kevin Owens. I was just watching some of that match back, man. He went back to the ROH days when he was, doing a lot of that stuff, man. Shout outs to Kevin Owens.
Next up, IShowSpeed wrestling at WrestleMania.
I don't care at all.
41. The Speed's Royal Rumble appearance got the world talking, and the spot which saw him speared into an oblivion went viral.
That was a cool spot.
According to PW Insider, WWE were extremely impressed with Speed and are hoping to use him at WrestleMania 41.
I don't care at
when
all,
asked about
sorry.
IShowSpeed, we were told the company absolutely adored him and would love to have him involved down the line, possibly at WrestleMania. The company will be doing some merchandise for him in conjunction with his appearance. He was there to help get outside attention on the company and deliver that in an absolutely insane way.
They know how to utilize these social media guys. Like I was saying, it's just not for me. I don't care.
Speed being involved in WrestleMania in some capacity makes all the sense in the world, and hopefully WWE follow through on these plans. Next up, Hulk Hogan says he was booed because of this. It was only a matter of time before Hulk Hogan addressed being booed on the Raw Netflix premiere, and according to the Hulkster during an appearance on yesterday's Pat McAfee show, he expected to be booed. Hogan would even claim that this...
Yeah, he should expect it due to his political associations. I'm not going to get into that on where I stand, but I can see why people were upset.
was linked to him being a heel in WCW. Added, you have to realize the last time I ran hard in LA, I was a bad guy. I was Hollywood Hogan and riding dirty with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, spray painting people and crotch chopping everybody. Last time I was there, I was a heel. I think the politics had a lot to do with it. At the end of the day, we looked at it the next day because I had 11 billion impressions, and some of the big stars that were on the card that only had 3 billion. I don't want to name names. Doing the Air Cup taunt, give me some more. Hogan then proceeded to go all in.
He didn't expect that. He didn't expect it like the way he got it.
On a political rant, which led to a tense and awkward atmosphere in the McAfee studio. I was talking about the beer. We're in a relationship with WWE. They are my partner in this thing, and I had to be a good guy in LA. If this was for wrestling and they turned on me like that, I would have turned into Hollywood Hogan. You hate me for all I've
That's some bullshit. No, you wouldn't.
done in the Make-A-Wish kids and all I've done for your kids. Guess what? I did it for the money. Since you want so much hatred coming your way, I hope you have a good time when Kamala Harris is your new governor and you're all standing in the soup line. Mic drop, see ya. I couldn't do that. I was ready to go after them. Hogan's next WWE appearance is unknown, but it's probably unlikely that his next appearance will see an improved reaction.
I gotta go listen back at that.
Next up, WWE quietly releases a wrestler. Now you gotta expect that when wrestlers are not used on television, they're gonna be released. Such is the case with Duke Hudson. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reports that Hudson is no longer with WWE as it was released in January. Hudson
Yeah.
has not wrestled since an NXT house show in November. Now, according to The Observer, it was reportedly Triple H's decision to release him from his WWE contract as he didn't see Duke as a main roster guy. Next up, The Rock.
I wish the best. I don't want to see anybody lose their job, obviously. It's just the chase shoot thing. I'm familiar with some of it, but really wasn't into it. But so I wish him the best, for sure.
Furious with the WWE League. Now, as things stand, it looks like the final boss
The final boss. My guy in the background.
himself won't be wrestling at WrestleMania 41. According to a new report from The Observer, The Rock was reportedly mad after it was leaked in late 2024 that he wouldn't be wrestling at WrestleMania 41.
Yeah,
It was detailed that The Rock and his agent Brad Slater told WWE at some point before Bad Blood that The Rock wouldn't be able to wrestle at WrestleMania.
See, that's stupid though, but why would he come out at Bad Blood when, after Jimmy made his return, and then he come out in Bad Blood, does the 1, 2, 3, throw slash. Then last year they set up the whole thing with Cody when he gave him the whatever he gave him in exchange on Raw right after WrestleMania, and they don't want to pay that off the next year. When do they plan on paying that off? Like it's a cliffhanger. How long is it gonna hang for? Obviously we understand that the internet trolls and that a lot of these dirt sheets troll the people into believing, hey, The Rock not gonna be here, just for clicks or whatever. But they saying he's really pissed about the fact that got out because maybe he didn't plan on being there. But then when are they gonna pay off the storyline? Who knows?
This naturally makes The Rock's appearance at the end of Bad Blood even more meaningless and baffling. And finally, another Royal Rumble spot botched. Our final story today takes a look at a report.
Well, the Royal Rumble match is a cluster as it is, so it was a lot of botching going on both matches.
Outlining a cancelled spot within the Royal Rumble match. Nia Jax dominated the Women's Royal Rumble, eliminating 9 women in total. However, according to Fightful Select, Jax was actually meant to eliminate even more competitors during the Women's Royal Rumble match, but something changed along the way. It looks like there were a lot of spots in both respective Rumbles that went wrong in some way. The 2025 Rumbles definitely highlight how quickly things can go wrong in a Rumble matchup. But there you have it, folks, our look at the Red Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors.
Yeah, another great video about WrestleMania. At the end of the day, guys, you know, this is entertainment. It's pro wrestling. We all love it. And just, hey, thank you for watching. I got another video I'm finna work on right now. Please continue to watch, subscribe, comment. Appreciate it.